In 1841, Newton Garrett, who was 29 years old and the grandson of Richard Garrett, who built steam engines at Leiston, bought the docks at Snape Bridge and built this Maltings, which opened in about 1845-1846. It grew and became very successful, exporting malt to London by river and sea. And when the railway was laid to Lowestoft from Ipswich, he organised a branch line to come into the maltings here. And at its peak, they were sending 3 trainloads of malt a day out of this maltings. The maltings continued to prosper through into the 20th century, until the 1960s, when competition from large maltings situated elsewhere, perhaps more conveniently for the markets, took away their market share and the company went bust. I interviewed people who'd worked here in the 50s and 60s and who had to find other jobs when the maltings ceased trading. So many places like this that were built with great pride in the Victorian times were torn down in the 1970s. This place was different because Benjamin Britten, the composer, lived locally and saw the potential of the maltings as a concert hall. And it was converted and opened in 1967. And today it hosts world-class music all through the year. There are probably more people working here now at the maltings and the associated cafes, restaurants and shops that worked here when it was maltings. About 70 years ago, writer George Evans wrote a book called Ask the Fellows Who Cut the Hay. In it, he told the stories of local people to hear who talked about how life had changed since they were young. And that really is what my book is about how times change, how people change, and how places change. My book is full of stories like Snape Maltings, where something that was very proudly used in the Victorian times became redundant and then had a whole new purpose in the 21st century. And that's the kind of thing that we need to see more of. My book, Where Are the Fellows Who Cut the Hay, builds on that and looks at how things have changed from George Evans' day to my day and looks into the future. Examples of how people are doing new and interesting things, just like they are here at Snape Maltings. That book is being published by Unbound, who crowdfund a hardback first edition. The book is now 84% funded, which means it just needs a few more pledges to get it over the line. Your opportunity is to pledge now, and you will be pre-ordering a hardback collectible first edition of the book. It'll be paperback sometime next year, but if you can pledge now, you'll be one of the first to read these interesting stories about how rural life has changed in Britain today.